Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and House of X, issue number 1, Powers of 10. That's Powers of 10, should come out next week. And they're already screaming about how good issue number 2 is. The writers for Marvel apparently got to see that. I am not a writer for Marvel, so I did not. But I do have this. Powers of, or House of X. Oh man, nice thick book. And dude, I'm telling you right now, I could talk for an hour about this book. Probably not have everything done that I need to talk about with this book. This is utterly amazing. I promise you, I just can't imagine a scenario where somebody doesn't like this book. I can't. Anyway, let's get talking about who made the book. I'm not going to go over all, let's just say there's a lot of variant covers, all right? But consider getting, just like I said in my This Week in Comics video, consider getting that that cover where somebody else, the commission cover, where you can commission an artist to write something or draw something on there for you. Anyway, yeah, here we go, guys. Jonathan Hickman is the writer. Pepe Larraz is the artist. Marty Gracia does the colors. The letters are done by VC's Clayton Cowles, and Tom Muller does the design. The cover art, Pepe Larraz and Marty Gracia. This is an amazing book, dude. First off, let's just get the art out of the way. Holy crap! How did you sit there and get this much gorgeous art into one freaking comic book? Are you insane? That's impossible. They cheated. Somehow they cheated. I don't know how, but somehow they cheated. This comic book is freaking gorgeous. Dude, no way. I know Pepe Larraz is good and Marty Gracia is good, but I mean, not this good. No, I don't know what this stuff is. They've got mutant powers, and it's Omega level. Their art, next level. Damn, this is good. Really good. Okay, enough about the freaking art. The writing in here, man. It's Jonathan Hickman. If this is your first time reading a Jonathan Hickman, understand you are reading an event. Oh, no. They will never classify this as an event. But I don't think that Hickman knows how to write a book without it feeling like an event. All of this. He puts so much thought, detail in this. He talks about how it takes 2 weeks to write each issue. Yeah, only 2 weeks? This book, man. First off, you got all the stuff inside here, the language. Obviously, well, I don't know obviously, but in my opinion, it's going to come out that Cypher is actually the guy who made this language. Maybe they'll really pull a cool, twisteroo. It's not actually Cypher. He knows how to decipher languages, not read languages. But his name is Cypher, so he doesn't just decipher, right? Anyway, this is a cipher. Okay, that's what it is. I know there's the thing on Twitter and freaking the big time comic book company, like CBR, who likes to insult cosplayers and then put a redaction afterwards. And then those people are still working there, though, aren't they? Anyway, regardless, they're owned by giant corporations and they don't actually know a whole lot about comic books. They just have the insider information because they're a big corporation. It's that redundancy thing. These guys will sit there and report the news that actual human beings went out and did the research on, and they start deciphering a bunch of the letters. Go and check out, who's the guy who actually acknowledged that it's true? It's the editor. Jonathan Hickman put up a tweet with all these different letters on these fake, not fake, these invented letters on there. And it turns out they mean X-Men Marauders, Excalibur, X-Force, New Mutants, and Fallen Angels. Marauders and Fallen Angels, that's a big freaking deal right there. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he does with those particular teams. Those are all obviously names of teams that have existed. But Jordan D. White, he's the main editor for the X-Men books. A whole bunch of people got together and put up a thing. They put up this thing. They were like, oh, hey, I've deciphered what these mean. They're the ones who actually, because Hickman just put up the thing, these weird letters, and so, some other people came along and they're like, okay, it means such and such and such, and Jordan D. White said, yes, I knew you could do it, verifying that it's not just a joke or something. That's what actually came up. Now, just because those letters came up does not mean that we can just decipher this like we're doing with Dupe. Dupe's got those letters up and it's like, oh, hey, check it out. You can just, translate what I said, because it's basically like an alliteration almost. You're not even alliteration, just it's simpler than that. It's just your word for word. You're taking the letter A and you're making a new symbol for the letter A. Yes, that happens in here, but it's more than that. Guys, I sat here and I put all those letters that were put together in this. Most of you guys know I'm an English professor. I teach English I used to teach at the university level. Now I just teach at the vocational level, so high school and above. Anyway, so I just took all the letters and I, separated them so that I can see them and I don't confuse which letters they are. And I just, boom, put them in a row. And these are the letters that were used in that tweet, the ones that actually show. You'll see like Z and Y were not used. V was not used, right? Some letters were not used in that tweet, so we don't know what those letters are. But we see a bunch of those letters here. So I figured that I can just simply take a bunch of these letters and put them together and figure out what they are. Like this is the thing that's at the back of the book. When you translate the letters, you're good. Now, obviously, I'm missing this letter and these two letters. This is an oops. I'm missing these two letters and this letter. I should be able to just, figure out what this means, but I can't. I only took about 5 minutes doing this, all right? But there's some kind of an anagram or something up where the cipher is not just translating letters or changing the shape of letters into something else, which means you got to further break this down. Okay, that's messed up. I know that because I couldn't translate what's on there, but also on the door. This is what it says on the door. GALM. What the hell is that? And I try to put it together. Maybe, Maggle, Mlaggle, Galm. I don't know what any of that stuff is. So, maybe this is translating from a different language. Maybe it's just whatever. It looks like gibberish. That's what they actually say it is in there, but it's obviously not. Cipher translated, Professor X ingrained it in everybody's minds, right? So they can read the stuff humans can't because humans don't get the cipher. Somebody could break this down, though. I'm positive somebody could break this down easily enough and just boom, we're good, right? Here's the thing. We don't have that yet, which means there's still plenty of mysteries to come up. And we get to go back and actually start reviewing these books a second time once somebody actually does break down that cipher. Is it interesting that I'm more interested in that I want to get that out of the way before I start talking about anything else in this book? Listen, I'm not spoiling a goddamn thing for you in this book aside from that. Why? Because I like you. Oh, there's all the other sites out there, all the other YouTubes or the reviewers that'll talk about what happens in the book and whatnot. No. Ignore that stuff. I gave you every spoiler I wanted to give you in the beginning of this video. You're going to love this book. I just can't imagine a scenario where somebody reads this book, this issue, and says, nah, dude. And you might be wondering, is this a jumping on point? 100%. In fact, you might be better off if you never read an X-Men book in your entire life. Because, see, I've read a couple of X-Men books here and there. Go and check out all my reviews for all the X-Men books I've done just to see what I've done in the past 2 years, right? 2.5 years or so I've been reviewing books, whatever. Anyway, so go and check those out, right? But the trick of it is some characters are acting what seems to be a little bit out of character, just a little bit. And I don't know why yet. If you've never read an X-Men book before, if you've read very few, enough that you have no idea how Magneto usually acts or how Esme usually acts, you're going to be better off because you get to read this fresh. It's a whole new world for the X-Men right now. This is an absolutely amazing book. There is no reason on earth for you to not read this book. Another example I'm going to give you, if you're familiar with the X-Men, if you know the X-Men really well, this guy right here is probably one of your favorite characters ever, right? How exactly is he alive again? What is going on? Not that big of a deal. Who cares? It's a whole new world for the X-Men. This is an amazing book. You need to purchase this book. You might need to purchase more than one copy of this book, and I'm not joking when I say this. You're going to want your very own personalized commissioned cover for this book too. So consider getting that pure white cover with the white on the top I showed you guys. Anyway, this is amazing. And I cannot wait to see what happens from this point forward. I'll be more than happy to do a spoiler review later maybe if enough people ask for it. And I'm more than happy to talk spoilers in the comments. Just please put spoiler before you put something in the comments because this is not the kind of book that you spoil. It's that damn good. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.